everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. It's been a while since I posted a video, which is 100% my fault. I really try and push myself to post a video every week, like a long form video and then as well as short form videos, but these last couple of months have been really busy and stressful for me. I got a promotion at work, so I've been working almost full-time. I'm a full-time student and I commute to school, so really reading and just making content hasn't been as much in the cards for me recently. But I miss it and I miss you guys, the very few that watch me. I miss making this kind of stuff. So, but obviously every month I like to do reading wrap-ups, and I accidentally skipped August last month, or it's October now, so 2 months ago. I accidentally skipped, so I figured we would just combine August and September together, especially because September, I think I only read 3 books. So yeah, as you can tell, it's been really hard to read. I also just like don't want to read recently. I feel like I'm in a pretty big book slump, so yeah. Anyways, enough of my yapping. I hope you have stuck around because I feel like I have some fun books for you guys. So I started off August with Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. This is the first installment of the Rebel Blue Ranch series, and in this book we follow Emmy, who professionally rides horses. I forgot what the event that she normally does is called, but she's a professional horse rider, and she moves away from her hometown for college, and then a couple of years later she comes back to her small town and she meets her brother's best friend for the second time. Obviously they grew up together, and so she kind of always just saw him as like her brother's best friend, and he was like just kind of annoying. But now that she's back in town, she kind of sees him in a different light. I gave this book 4 stars. I ate it up. Normally I'm not a small town romance kind of girl. I do kind of like a cowboy romance. I haven't read one in a while, so I don't really know what possessed me to pick this up, but I'm so glad I did. It is a very fast-paced book. I'm pretty sure, like when I downloaded it on my Kindle, it said that it would only take 4 hours to read, which I would say is pretty true. I just really liked the whole development in this one. The only thing I did not like was the ending, and I don't really want to spoil it. I don't really want to spoil it, but normally I don't like brother's best friend or best friend's brother, whatever, because it's not done right. This is done right, but at the end there's like this little tiff that happens that just kind of like ruined the ending of the book for me. But yeah, still 4 stars. And then I immediately went into Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage. I accidentally bought the 4th book in the series when I bought Done and Dusted, so I don't have the book with me. But in this book, we are following Emmy's brother, who is Wes, and he is kind of like taking it upon himself to task him with redoing a old family house on the whole ranch, like the Rebel Blue Ranch. So he calls in our female main character, Ada. She's like a kind of self-started interior designer, and so she comes in to kind of help him bring this vision alive. But on her first night there, she ends up kissing him, but she didn't know that that was going to be her boss. It was giving like Pretty Little Liars. Like they were like about to go to the bathroom and then they started making out against the wall and stuff. But she didn't know it was her boss, and he didn't know it was Ada. So when they started to work together, it was a little bit tricky and kind of awkward. I also gave this book 4 stars. I just really like this series. I really love these characters. I think a lot of people hate this book because of Ada, but I honestly I kind of see myself in her a little bit. I also liked how Lila Sage talked about depression in this book. Weston like takes medication for his depression and, you know, is working on that throughout the book a little bit. And I just really appreciate that. It was very subtle. It's not like a very big plot of the story, but it's still subtle, and he's just so golden retriever, and I love him. Next in August, I read The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I've been hoarding this book in my TBR cart forever, and I'm so glad that I finally got around to it. I actually did listen to this one on audiobook because something about listening to a thriller is just, I like it. So in this book we follow Kit, who is a in-home like nurse aide, and she has recently been on a hiatus because one of her patients killed themselves under her watch. So she's been on a little bit of hiatus, but now that she's back, her boss is kind of sus of her and gives her the more he gives her the job that nobody else wants in their like agency, I guess. And that is to take care of Lenore Hope, who comes from a very wealthy family, but it is rumored to be that she killed her sister and family and kind of got away with it. So we're following Kit take care of her and try to learn her story, but Lenore can't talk and she can't really move, so Kit is trying to help her write her story. I also gave this book 4 stars. August was a really good reading month for me. I am not a thriller girly. It takes a lot for me to read a thriller or a mystery. I'm just so tired of them, and I feel like they are normally very overdone, but this one actually shocked me multiple times. If you've read this book, the ending, you know, like it's actually like it came out of left field for me. And when I'm rating thrillers specifically, I feel like every kind of genre I have a different rating system for, but when I'm rating thrillers specifically, if it gets me, like the twist gets me, I'm hooked. I really loved Kit's backstory as well, and just her trying to navigate her grief, but this was really fun. And I definitely recommend listening to it. It's very like eerie and it's fun. Next in August, I read all 5 installments of the Heartstopper graphic novel series, so I'm just gonna do them all together. I have 4 here, but I did actually check out the 5th one from my library, and I did finish the whole series. Overall, I would say that this series is a 5-star for me. But if we're getting more into the nitty-gritty, I gave all of them a 4-star, except for the last book I gave a 5 stars. But overall, it's just a 5-star series for me. I think that this is really fun. I don't think I've ever read a graphic novel. And it's so sweet, and like it's very endearing. If you don't know what Heartstopper is about, it's about 2 young boys. They are in like an all-boy college, and one of our male main characters, Charlie, is already out at this school, and he's already done that, and unfortunately it was not the best experience for him. And then we have our other male main character, Nick, who is a rugby player, and he kind of starts to become friends with Charlie when they are sat next to each other in I think a math class, some kind of class. They are sat next to each other and they start to become really good friends, and Charlie's just kind of like why would he be friends with me? Like, he's so popular, he plays rugby. And then as the story progresses, you see Nick kind of battle with his feelings for Charlie and kind of trying to decide if he likes him so much as a friend or if he likes him because like he's romantically interested in him. And so as we go, we kind of follow their relationship, and it's really just, it's so sweet. And literally each book probably took me an hour to read, so if you're looking for something short and really fun and fast-paced, then I definitely recommend these. I literally couldn't do anything else until I finished the whole series, so I literally read them back to back to back. All right, my last book for August was Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. I listened to this book. I just wanted to be on the hype train. Like, actually, I see this book everywhere. I knew what it was about, and I knew it probably wasn't going to be my cup of tea, but I had to try it. So in this book, we follow Allie, who is a night nurse, and she has kind of this infatuation with TikTokers who like wear the masks. She specifically really likes this one guy who creates that kind of content, and it actually comes out that this guy that she's like really infatuated with online, who wears like masks, is her ex-boyfriend's roommate slash best friend. And so he like immediately becomes kind of infatuated with her and like kind of creepily obsessed with her and starts stalking her. I gave this book 2 stars. I knew it wasn't going to be for me. I don't really like dark romances, and honestly the whole premise of this book sounded really silly to me. I don't know why I read it, but honestly I could have DNF'd it, but honestly I guess it was funny enough to make me keep reading. I will say, I think Josh, which is our male main character in it, the guy who voices him too, it was really funny, and so I did have to see it through. It is very fast paced. Like I said, it's very insta-lovey, but I just could not get over how weird it was that she just was okay with some of the things that he was like doing, and it was like really creepy. The whole premise obviously is very cringy. I think that this author had made a TikTok being like, imagine this, and then it became a book. I feel like the whole mask thirst trap thing was like really big during COVID, so I feel like that time it's passed. Like it's not a thing anymore. Personally, it's not for me as well. Also, Josh and Allie were also just really cringe. He like kept calling her cat his baby and like their child, but like they were being so fucking dead ass. It was making me cringe, and I think the act of listening to it, like if I was driving home and I'd pull up next to someone, I'd have to turn it down really low because I was so scared that people could hear it outside of my car. Like I could not be associated with that book. And then my first of 2 books that I actually read in September was People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. Please just disregard how mutilated my copy is. I accidentally spilt a Diet Dr. Pepper on it, and so it's very mutilated, which is okay because I did not like this book. But anyways, in this book we follow Prudence, who is still living with her family, who owns like this like little grocery grab and go shop in this small town. Her mother is battling with Alzheimer's, so she's just kind of stuck around after high school to help out with that. And we're also following Milo, who I think is not from the same town, but maybe like a town over. He is coming to help his brother while he has a child. But normally Milo is kind of just place to place. Like he can't stay very long. And he really doesn't want to go back to this town because it's so close to where his childhood was. And this family had a really rough childhood. So he's just not wanting to go back there, but eventually they meet. He is kind of just known as like this, like a hoe, like he's kind of a whore. Prudence is, fittingly a prude, I guess. Like she is a virgin, and I think she's like 20 something. So it's kind of like a, I don't know, weird dynamic there once they start like getting together. I also gave this book 2 stars and I just did not like it. Milo is like the epitome of like, get the fuck away from me. I cannot. I really went into this book with very high hopes. I really loved Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. This cover is just absolutely everything. But I didn't like this. I really liked how the Alzheimer's subplot went and kind of like that side of it, but the whole like sex lessons, it was just really cringy, and I did not like Milo. He was just, ugh, like some of the things he said was just like, please shut the fuck up. I don't want to say much because I feel like it's gonna go into spoilers, but I don't know. I just, to be honest, don't see this couple, like if they were real, I don't see them like being together forever, you know what I mean? And then my final book for this video and my final book for September was Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher. I really love T. Kingfisher's books. I got this one on audiobook through Book of the Month. In this book, we're following Anya, who is a kind of like a world-renowned healer. She's like the best at her craft. She is kind of called upon by this king to come and save his daughter Snow's life. He thinks that she's been poisoned and he wants healer Anya to kind of help her out. When she gets there, it takes her a while to figure out what's going on. Like she almost is like, I can't help you, like I'm gonna leave. And then she kind of runs into this magic mirror and she starts to figure out what's going on with Snow. This is marketed as a Snow White retelling, which I didn't know. And so when I read that after I finished the book, I was like, you know what? Literally, like it's literally a Snow White retelling, and I love a good retelling. So I honestly really enjoyed this book. I think I would have enjoyed it more if I had read it physically. I feel like I always say that about audiobooks, but it's true. I gave it 3 stars. I just really like T. Kingfisher's writing. It's very fairy tale fantasy-esque. It's just, it's fun, and I don't know, like it was a very cozy read, and I think that it's perfect for like the spooky season. So I also feel like a lot of T. Kingfisher's books are just kind of overlooked. I feel like a lot of people don't read her books, but I think that they're super fun. Like I said, they're very fairy tale-esque. Like but they're like adult fairy tales, I guess. But I could just see myself like really loving this in middle school. Like it's just, I loved the plot lines, and there was a little bit of a romance subplot in it, which I don't think all of her books normally have, but this one in particular did, and I really liked it. I definitely recommend this book, especially in October. I feel like it's super cozy. It's literally like the perfect coziest fantasy. Anyways, like I said, that was all the books that I read in August and September. August was a great reading month for me. September, not so much, and I feel like it's also kind of why I'm in a book slump. People watching really did it for me. But nonetheless, I am really trying to continue creating content. If you do, like, I don't know, I don't really know how many people are subscribed and continuously watch my videos and watch till the end, but if you are here and you do, don't be surprised if you see an influx of like short form content. I feel like that is just the easiest way for me to still kind of be active on here, because it's just a lot quicker for me. But I am really working on it, and I have a fun reading vlog in mind that I would really like to have come out soon, so definitely stay tuned. But for today, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like and maybe comment what you read in September. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!